Learning techniques in hyperheuristics. Learning techniques are key/essential indicators of the quality of hyperheuristics. Good learning mechanisms impinge on obtaining better solutions and the possibility to reuse the hyperheuristic, and this decrease software production costs. Low-level heuristics are usually simple heuristics designed for a problem, but if used in a wrong order may not allow to get better solutions than when a single such heuristic is applied. Depending on the nature of the search space, different learning mechanisms were used. Below a few of the approaches are mentioned, some of them derived from the observations on biological evolution made by naturalist Charles Darwin. In his concept, the individuals in the population of one species are subject to the natural selection rules to fit the environment better. Among the fitting mechanisms, we can distinguish I. Crossover, reproducing of individuals in order to create a new ones, 2. Mutation, random change of an individual in order to introduce diversity to the population, and 3. Selection of the best features in the population or in one individual. Biological evolution was an inspiration for developing bio-inspired algorithms like evolutionary algorithms, genetic algorithms or genetic programming. All of them were utilized as hyperheuristics in different contexts of the nature of the search space. A few examples are mentioned in the following paragraphs. In the selection mechanism with the combination of constructive heuristics, commonly used local search-based hyperheuristics explore the solution space with the selected heuristics as widely as possible. A variable neighborhood search was used in the context of examination timetabling. Taboo search-based hyperheuristic was applied for the workforce scheduling problem and course and exam timetabling. Evolutionary or genetic algorithms were used for solving the vehicle routing problem and bin packing of 2D elements. In case of perturbative low-level heuristics, more commonly used are score-based hyperheuristics. A choice function was introduced in Ref, which evaluates each heuristic according to a score composed of 3 components: how well a heuristic performs, how well it performs when combined with another one, and the time elapsed since it was last used. A low-level heuristic can be selected in 4 different ways: I. Randomly, 2. Taking the one giving the best value of the choice function, greedy, 3. Basing the choice on a ranking of best heuristics, or 4. Selecting a heuristic with the probability equal to the proportion of choice function value, roulette wheel. Choice function hyperheuristics solve the sales summit problem, timetabling and scheduling and sequencing by hybridization. Reinforcement learning, another score-based approach, awards or punishes heuristics depending on the improvement or deterioration of the solution. It has been applied for the logistic domain problem. In the combination with taboo search, a taboo list of forbidden heuristics was implemented for nurse rostering and course timetabling. The solution obtained by applying a low-level heuristic might not always be improved. There are different strategies in accepting the solution in case of deterioration. All except always accepts the solution. Some other strategies accept a new solution with the probability that decreases with time, simulated annealing or Monte Carlo. In generating new heuristics, one usually involves genetic programming, GP. GP, similarly to evolutionary algorithms, borrows ideas from the theory of natural evolution to automatically produce programs. It starts from a population of generated computer programs which are evaluated by the fitness function. Next, evolutionary components, selection, mutation, crossover, are applied to the individuals in the population, and the strongest, i.e. the fittest ones, survive in the next generation. The difference between standard GP and the hyperheuristic GP is in the generality of the programs used. In the standard approach, the programs could be standard arithmetic operations, standard mathematical functions or logical functions, while in the hyperheuristic approach, the programs are rather abstract heuristics, independent of the problem domain. As the output from the GP, one gets new programs, which in standard approach could be direct solutions, i.e. modified mathematical formulas or arithmetic operations, but in the hyperheuristic approach, they need to be translated into solutions. Automatically generated heuristics can be disposable, used only once, or reusable, can be applied for different instances or problems. In the latter case, generating heuristics are usually trained offline on some benchmark instances. GP hyperheuristics were utilized to modify dispatching rules for the job shop scheduling problem, as an example. Grammar-based GP with graph coloring and slot allocation heuristics were applied to exam timetabling. Many applications use GP to evolve heuristics also for the bin packing problem and traveling salesman problem. There is an interesting connection between the idea of reusable heuristics and transfer learning. In both cases, one may observe the transfer of knowledge between different but related problem domains. However, in the first case, hyperheuristic is used to tune heuristics from one instance to another or to generate new heuristics, and in transfer learning training data of one problem may be used to potentially improve the results of a target learner on a data set from a different domain. Transfer learning is used mostly in cases when there is a lack of training data or they are too expensive to collect.